All right, here we have another line, and with this line what we're going to be doing is we're going to be shifting it to the right. All right, so in the last video we shifted it up. Now we're going to shift the line to the right. We're still going to have the same slope, so whatever the resulting new line is, it's still going to have the same slope because we're just shifting it to the right. So it'll be parallel, but it'll be to the right. So if we shift it right, if we shift right, say 2 units, we're going to shift this line to the right 2 units. In order for us to be able to shift it to the right, we need to know where it crosses the x-axis, because wherever it crosses the x-axis, then we'll know that it should cross, that the new line should cross through the x-axis 2 units to the right. So let's figure out where this line goes through the x-axis. Where the line goes through the x-axis is known as the x-intercept. And an x-intercept is also known as a root. It's a root. So if you want to call it a root, go for it. X-intercepts are called roots. Okay, so how do we find out where this line goes through the x-axis? Well, whenever it touches the x-axis, that means the y value of that point is 0. So we could put in 0 for y, and then see what our x value will be when y is 0. So we'll subtract 4 from both sides, and we've got -4 equals -3x. Divide both sides by -3, and so x equals 4/3, or 1 1/3, either way. So that means that this line goes through the x-axis at 1 1/3, or 4/3. Okay, now that we have that information, we know that our new line is going to have the same slope, -3, but instead of going through 4/3, it's going to go through something that's 2 units to the right of 4/3. So if 4/3 is 1 1/3, then 2 units to the right would be 3 1/3. All right, so now we're trying to find out what the equation of a line is that's parallel to this, that goes through the x-axis at 3 1/3. All right, so what do we know? We know y equals -3x plus b, because we don't know what the y-intercept of this new line is. Not yet anyway. However, we do know that when y is 0, our x value of this new line is going to have to be 3 1/3. Do you see that we have all the information now we need to find out what the b is of our new line? So now let's just multiply -3 times 3 1/3. So that would be 9 10/3, just to make it a little bit easier. So it's -3 times 10/3 plus b. And do you see that these 3's cancel out? And we're left with a -10. So 0 equals -10 plus b. Let's add 10 to both sides. And you have b equals 10. Therefore, our new line will have a slope, the same slope, because it's parallel, of -3, but the b is going to be different. The b is going to be 10. So do you see if we shift it over twice, the b is going to be all the way up here, and this will be around 10 if you counted it out, more or less. So this is the equation of our translated line, shifting the entire original line to the right 2 places.